brother, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the NXT Roundup. It's your boy, the dad bod god, the bald, the beard, the beautiful Piers Austin, that Australian sensation, the man that's sweeping the nation. And I'm joined once again by the big ton himself. That's Mr. Sexton. What is going on, Big Glenny Glenn?
Not much. What the hell's up?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. Just been sitting back, crack-a-lacking, watching some NXT earlier today, or earlier this evening, I should say. Getting ready for this amazing show that we do every single Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Australian time, 8:30 a.m. USA Eastern. We're kicking it off right. We're getting that day started. We're ending our Wednesday just the right way. But before we get into it, let's take a quick pause for the cause to say some thanks to those sponsors who make this shit possible. Glenn, you take care of the first one and get that Sleeves, baby.
Sleeves.com, baby. They got dirty boxers, headbands, armbands. They have everything that your athletic person needs in your life. Go check them out. We have a code called MWA Pod for a 10% discount, I believe. But go ahead and check them out at sleeves.com.
Oh, yeah, brother. And while you're at it, while you're checking out stuff on the internet, make sure you go and check out healthvape.com. They are your healthy vaping alternative, Glenn. They have all of their products have no nicotine, no harmful or addictive chemicals, and they are vitamin infused. So, guys, make sure you head over to healthvape.com. Check that shit out. Use that promo code MWA Pod for your 10% discount. Woo!
Hell yeah,
man. That was good to get all the that energy out of there, man. That big dick energy that we just needed to sort of project out. But man, how's your Wednesday morning been, Glenny?
It's good. Just woke up. Got ready, threw a shirt on, threw a hat on because my hair looks like crap. You don't know about that, obviously, but
clearly, man, clearly. But dude, what a week of NXT! I actually thought it was a massive improvement from the week before, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was really good. I don't know what was maybe it was because it was different. I don't know. But it was really different. Hell, we got that rebranding still coming up. They were teasing it on TV, NXT with the splatter, and it's like coming, and I'm like, phrasing, boys. Come on now. Come on.
I was surprised because the new logo wasn't anywhere to do on the ring. That wasn't on the announce table. Yeah. They still had the original NXT logo in the background. You know, like, God damn it, man. Like, you got everything up. Well, actually, you didn't, because on StreamYard, we still need that shit updated. But, man, it was an interesting show, man. And you know what? We're going to get into it. I know. The first match that we saw with Mandy Rose versus Saray. I don't look, dude. I don't get the Mandy Rose with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. I just don't get it.
I don't either. Maybe they just don't know where to put Mandy, and they thought, oh, let's put them with Dolan and the other girl. But I really don't get it because, I mean, Dolan is your goth girl. And then Mandy Rose is your, like, mean girl persona, the preppy woman, you know? But, I mean, the match was pretty good. I thought it was a nice opener for NXT. We don't really get to see Mandy Rose wrestle that much anymore. And she's actually pretty good in the ring, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Piers.
All right.
Piers, what's your... All right, tear it apart, Piers.
Oh, look, I'm not going to tear it apart. I just think Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, they have a specific look, and it's something that's not really there in NXT. Mm-hmm. The goth girl sort of thing. Like, I think they fill that demographic. I think putting them with Mandy Rose just seems like I don't really see how that fits. The match with Saray, crowd seemed into it from the get-go, dude. I thought it was an interesting start to the show. One thing I thought that that there was a sloppy fisherman suplex by Saray.
Yeah.
Which I went,
Yeah, it was sloppy. Like a nice test of strength for her, but it just looked really bad. I mean, it looked like Mandy could have got hurt.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. The finish I think could have been sold a little bit better.
Yeah.
To be honest, like the kick to the face, like she gets kicked and then she's like jumps back up and she's got the towel wrapped around her face and they're running off. Like, dude, in that moment, in that spot, have her stay down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sell it. Like, holy shit, she's not moving. That to me, because if someone gets double stomp kicked to the fucking head, they're not going to be getting back up anytime very quickly. So I think that to me would have been a more I would have believed that a little bit more.
Right.
I just the finish was interesting, and I want to see where they're going to go with it. And we did see, pardon me, later in the show where they did really sort of start to slide in with it. Again, like I said, the match to me wasn't anything major to write home about. Like it just seemed like a nothing match, but it looks like they are going to build a feud off that.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, don't really see Saray do much except for a couple matches here and there. Last match she had was with Dakota Kai, I believe. And I thought it was a nice match, a nice opener. Nothing really to write home about, like you said, but it had some spots in it where I was like, all right, okay, you've got my attention. So I definitely want to see what they're going to go with this injury angle. Now, I did hear in the sheets last week, Mandy did get injured, so I don't know if this is what they were talking about or referring to. But if she's not injured, then why even bother writing about it? I don't know. Maybe just to catch attention and be like, oh, shit, we saw this. And be like, okay, we got you. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something there. We saw the Tommaso Ciampa promo after that as well. Which obviously the lead up, like, dude, they've got this stable that they don't have a fucking name for with like Dunn and all these guys like Ridge Holland and Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a cool spot, but like, I don't know, man. Like, the promo was kind of predictable a little bit from Tommaso Ciampa. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go and defend my friend who you fucked up last week.
Right.
Okay, cool. Now what?
Right.
That was just my sort of take on it. But what do you think of it?
I mean, it was nice. I mean, Tommaso, I mean, he really is one of the guys from NXT that you just don't want to see go, but you want to see him do more. I mean, I love his promos. I love when he was NXT champion and he called the belt Goldie. That
was brilliant.
It was brilliant. But now it's just like, well, okay. But I mean, I thought he was, we'll talk about the match later on, but I thought something was going to happen, but we'll talk about that later. But the promo good, throw the chair. I'm kind of down with the throwing the chair bit.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty badass. Like,
I know, he just walks away. The only thing missing was Timothy smiling, which just
looks Timmy.
Which just looks dog ass ugly, but at the same time, it's Timothy. I have nothing but respect for him. He's a badass.
Oh fuck yeah, man! So is Tommaso Ciampa though.
Oh
man.
yeah,
like, that guy looks like he hasn't eaten a carb since the 80s.
That man, I've seen him on Instagram working out so much, like especially after his neck problems and the surgeries and stuff. The man just works out. That's it. Like, he's a huge ass muscle. The man just doesn't do anything but work out and be with his family. Like, I'm like, that's respect for him. I'm like, that's great dedication. I love it. But Jesus,
I agree, man. Like, he's definitely one guy. I think he could go up like and have some pretty solid. I'd like to see a Tommaso Ciampa versus like a Randy Orton feud.
Oh yeah,
like I know Randy would be like outsize him in so many different ways, but like I think Tommaso Ciampa has that sort of grittiness about him and like that tough son of a bitchness about him that they could put on a really good feud.
It would mesh well. I would like to see it. I mean, hell, those two went at it on Twitter tons of times. So I would just like, fuck, dude, yeah, let's do it. Like, who's Willow's Bell versus the RKO? DDT. That's the same thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, but it's whatever. I mean, it would be pretty awesome. I would love to see it.
What do you think of man? I have to say this, dude. As an Australian, I think Australia was pretty well represented. Yeah, we came out in numbers this week on NXT.
Yeah, you did.
We saw Duke Hudson versus Kyle O'Reilly. What do you think of that match? I'll let you go first.
It was pretty good. Like I thought it was going to be kind of like Dunn and Dragunov, kind of like that way, but that way they were going to portray it. But it was something different. Like you had O'Reilly with the taped up ribs, which he sold beautifully. Like whether it's a legit injury or not, he sold him great. Hudson, I like his look. I think he'll be moving up into the future.
Dude, he's a big dude, and like I think that match. One of the things I really liked is they came out. First of all, what's up, Lowrider? Thank you for tuning in, brother. It's always good to have your support. Make sure you guys go check out Knights of the Gimmick Table. That show is available exclusively on the Realm Network. You get an exclusive first look at that show on the Realm Network. They have on some amazing guests, and also check out Wrestling with Sports, the show that they do live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. USA Eastern, 10 a.m. here in Australia on a Wednesday. So check that out. Duke Hudson, man, and this Kyle O'Reilly match. This is what I thought really well about it. The body part. It reminded me of not a slow, but an old school match. Sorry, I got my words mixed up there. But, picking a body part and really sort of working that body part throughout the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I thought it was really, really good. O'Reilly sells like a son of a bitch. I'm going to say that. Like, he fucking can sell his ass off. He could, go in the ring. The only thing I don't like about O'Reilly is his character. Like, I think that needs a bit more work to be like, I don't know if it needs a bit more work, but he's just like a generic, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's so good in the ring, but he's just a generic babyface to me. Like, I don't get an attachment to him. I don't have anything to really want to get behind and support him, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, in my personal opinion, I just think that there needs to be more character development. Who is Kyle O'Reilly? What makes Kyle O'Reilly? What is the perception that he's trying to put out there? I don't feel anything when he comes out, like, besides him doing that goofy shit.
Right.
And even last week, seeing that goofy bouncing around shit and the jokes, I just don't get it. But the match itself, like, I thought it was a very solid match. I thought it was a good setup for the finish, like the two, the things on the ropes with either leg, then jumps down and made a believable match. And like Hudson was like towered over O'Reilly.
Oh yeah.
So I think that the finish was a believable finish.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought Hudson was actually going to get a little sneaky win in, but they gave it to O'Reilly, which I was like, all right, shit, I'm down with that. But I
would have been cool with it, man. I would have been cool to see Hudson win, but I can see why they had Riley win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
too.
Coming straight off of TakeOver, dude. It just to me, it's like coming off that TakeOver winner with Adam Cole, the undisputed feud or whatever they want to fucking call it.
Right.
I thought that was a solid way. I think he definitely needed the win to keep that momentum. He looks like Core in the video game, but he's a hell of a worker. Absolutely, brother. He definitely is a hell of a worker, and I don't want to sort of take anything away, but just the character for me, dude. Like, I can't really. I don't know. I just can't get behind it. You know
I can't get behind his entrance theme. I mean, NXT used to be known for their entrance themes, and now it's like downhill. And they just looked at O'Reilly and like, what can we do for O'Reilly? And they basically just picked everything up from the editing floor. I'm like, all right, here you go. This is all we got. I'm like, I can't get into it.
Yeah, dude. But like I said, solid finish to the match. I think Duke Hudson, he's an Australian dude, man. I think he's going to be someone. I liked his gimmick. I like the arrogance that he has about him as well. Like, he definitely has that sort of piece of shit, arrogant heel look to him. And I think that, being a big guy and someone who looks like he does, I think he'll be a big star in WWE.
Oh yeah, definitely. He reminds me of old school Orton when he came out with
Oh, there you go.
Evolution. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. I had to explain what call is.
I
I
didn't know
got it,
what
Lo.
call
I
was.
got it because I play games, but still. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Then we saw Ilya Dragunov come out and do a promo. Thoughts?
it was better than the one that he did oh god, a couple weeks prior. I mean, I knew you had a problem with that promo. You thought it was forced and everything, and I was like, okay, I could see where it is. But this one was nice. It kind of, I think he kind of was overwhelmed by everybody like cheering him on and everything, and he didn't know really what to say at first.
I th-
Which,
I don't know if it's if it's a communication thing. Um, like I don't know if it's a communication barrier for him, but like his promo to me just doesn't really seem anything like the promo of him coming out and you know and walking to the ring. Like number one, first of all, his walking out and limping out to the ring was a bit of an oversell for me.
it was a little bit.
Sorry, I am confused on certain things, but like I just thought it was a bit of an oversell. The promo itself, it was kind of a nothing promo. Like it was kind of almost like he's saying, "Hey, I'm going back to the UK, and I'll be back at some stage soon." Like
Right.
whatever.
Which,
What do you think?
I mean, it was a nice little short promo. Say, I guess you could say goodbye. I guess in his own way. Um, I felt like he was trying to stumble around trying to say stuff. Like, what do I do? What do I say? And all that.
Mm.
And maybe he just needs work with it. I mean, in ring, he's amazing, but on the stick, he probably needs a little bit more help. And maybe I don't know. Does he? Do you think he should continue as a face or a heel?
Ah, look, I think that where he's at now, they're going to have him as a face for a while. The only thing is, I think with that NXT UK title is you've seen guys having like a year and a half to 2 fucking runs with the
Yeah.
belt. To me, like you need to sit there and go, do they not have a thick enough talent pool to really have, a consistent champion there? And also, are we going to see Walter now move over to the US where, he stated in the past he has no desire to live in the States?
Yeah, they've been wanting Walter to come to the NXT brand, just the initial one, for the longest time, and it'd be nice to see. But like you said, he doesn't want to do it. I say, don't do it then. Go back to the UK. Like,
He wants to live in Europe, and that's fine. But like, I think how long is WWE going to sit there and go, okay, no worries, yeah, you can stay on the NXT UK brand, and depending on what they're paying him as well.
mm,
But I think he's going to be limited to his opportunities than what he's going to get there. I think the US is going to be the best spot for him. I think that big sort of with him and Emporium as well, like Imperium. Sorry, I think that's Emporium.
you say this. You say the same thing I do. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think Imperium. I enjoy that gimmick. I enjoy the sort of almost, I don't want to say the German esqueness of it, but like you definitely get that sort of tough European guys from them. So I'd like to see him stay in the States, Imperium, and really sort of see what they can do there, because I think there's a lot of talent there. Even in like you look at like Walter, I'd like to see Walter being on the main roster and go up against like a Keith Lee, or put him up somewhere, like eventually build him up to like against a Bobby Lashley or a Drew McIntyre, I should say. And really sort of sink their teeth into that, because he's one guy. He's a big dude, but he's so fucking agile. He's good in the ring. Like I really enjoy sitting there and watching some of Walter's matches from like Progress and some of the indie European promotions that he's worked for, because he's so good.
Oh yeah, very good. I remember watching matches when he was coming up, and I was like, damn, like if WWE doesn't scoop him up, like they're gonna be losing on money. But like if Walter were to come here to America, I believe they would have to pay him more money. Like, oh, if you won't,
of course.
Okay, we'll persuade you. Like, hold on, let's get Vince's wallet for a second. We'll make sure you be comfortable here. Hell, we'll give you a map of Europe just so you can put it on your wall, and it'll cover the whole wall. So you can be like, oh, my land. And they'll be like, all right, cool.
Dude, 100%. Like, I think Walter versus Bobby or Brock would be money.
Give me
But,
Brock
like,
and Walter. Fuck yeah, dude.
But like I think like even Brock would probably enjoy that sort of match. You know what I mean? Like he seems to like going up against big dudes that really sort of can give it to him a little bit and can hang with him in that ring, and can be safe as well. And Walter's is very snug with his work. So, you know, I think they could definitely have a hell of a match. I'd pay money to fucking see that.
Oh hell yeah, I would too.
So what do we got next? Kaylee Ray.
Kaylee Ray. That was a nice interview.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, when Piers makes that sound, that's the sound of like, Glenn, you done fucked up. I'm going to tell you why it wasn't nice.
No. Like, please give your opinion.
No, it was just a nice little sit down interview. I thought. I mean, I thought it was funny that the interviewer like interrupted Kaylee. I was like, oh, okay.
I thought the same thing. I thought the fucking exact same thing. I'm like, he just cuts her off. She's supposed to be a fucking baby face. Cut the bullshit.
Right. Like what? I don't mean. Hold on now. Wait a minute. How about like Ember Moon and all these people? Like, whoa, dude. How about you calm down? Let the girl talk. Oh,
dude, like it kind of, it to me it felt way too scripted. Which let's say, it's hey baby, what's up? I think to me it just felt way too scripted. Even him interrupting the fucking the interview while she was speaking, I found that to just be fucking stupid. It's like you're giving this person a platform to get over, and then you're gonna fucking have the interviewer shit on her. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, his role is not to get over; it's her role to get over. And him interrupting her just fucking stops her from getting over. And to be honest, Kaylee Ray, to me, is probably one of the top female wrestlers in the world, like hands down. You saw her have a very lengthy run over with the NXT UK Women's Championship, and I'm sure Lockdown had a fucking great deal to do with that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Her having that long run. But let's be honest, man, like that didn't get her over. Like, to me, that didn't get her over at all. She made a statement with who she wanted or who they want her to feud with Ember Moon and all this other bullshit. But I just think the interviewer just got himself over more than getting her over.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to like reach around and just beat the shit out of him, because I was like, I would have done the same thing. Like, how dare you fucking interrupt me?
But again, it felt so scripted, bro. It felt so fucking scripted that sort of shit was just, it was going to fucking happen.
I just want them to actually let the talent do their own thing. I'm sure they could come up with their own promos better than any other writer could. Just let them do it.
They're not going to let them do that, dude. Not in WWE.
Fucking sucks.
Dude, if they start letting every talent do that, then they're going to have a fucking same thing that AEW had with fucking the Max Castro thing. Some young dumb fuck is going to say something fucking stupid on the mic, and then they're going to fucking, oh shit, now we got to get rid of him. This is why we don't let talent have fucking carte blanche on what they say on television, why we have everything so scripted. And, not to get off topic, but that's probably why AEW kind of fucking dropped the ball with Max Caster, where they give all that freedom to their talent. That's great for a certain degree, but let's be honest, you can't then go punish them for saying something that you didn't fucking check beforehand.
Right. Like, I believe that, all right, let there be certain rules within that realm. Like with promos, like, hey, how about you say whatever you want, but do not fucking say this. Like, don't get out of hand with it.
But there's always going to be one person who's going to turn around and go, okay, no worries, we didn't mention this. Bang, pipe bomb, right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we're going to see it. But anyway, I digress. We saw Carmelo Hayes doing a backstage, promo interview, whatever you want to call it, that gets interrupted by Legado del Fantasma, which is my favorite fucking group in WWE right now. I love the whole concept of Santos Escobar being this fucking, this leader, this fucking, leader of some sort of cartel type shit. And seeing that sort of standoff, I think that there's probably going to be, I mean, you look at, with Hit Row and that feud going on, I think Santos Escobar will end up taking that NXT title off him. And to be honest, it would be good business for him to get it, because I think that, they've had him for so long doing what he wanted to, building him up in NXT for so long. It's a good progression for him. And I think over time, you're going to start to see that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a nice little segment. I definitely would want to see what.
Lowrider makes a good point, dude, and I'm gonna say this: yes, that is, and I think with some talent they have given those sort of freedoms to. But in the same sense, I don't think WWE really wants their talent to get over, and we've seen that with people where people have come out and said they don't want any talent to get to the level of a John Cena. They don't want the talent to get to the level of a Rock, a Stone Cold Steve Austin, or a Hulk Hogan, because they lose control of that person. They lose control of that character, and that's something that I think they get scared of. Smack Daddy in the house. What's up, bro?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes. But in saying that, I think that Carmelo Hayes, there's definitely I think there may be some sort of thing there where they're going to go down and have him maybe have like a mini side feud with Santos Escobar.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I could see Escobar winning the North American Championship, and then those two have a feud with it. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that would sort of make sense for the next feud. I mean, it just depends on what the sort of time limits they're going to give this guy to, really get over with. It just depends on how long they're going to give him before he's got to, cash in the gimmick, to really sort of get it. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. So anyway, I think time's going to tell. I mean, Carmelo Hayes is a hell of a talent. I really enjoyed his work. The match last week against Odyssey Jones, I was like, the ending of that really left me sort of questioning.
Yeah.
I think the finish of that match could have been done a little bit wetter. A bit wetter, brother.
It got Piers wet.
Settle down, baby. Settle down. But what do we have after that?
We had an Imperium, or whatever else you want to call it, Piers. Imperium versus Waller and Drake.
All right. So Grayson Waller is from my hometown in Sydney, Australia. He was known as Matty Wahlberg here on the Australian scene, and he's had some amazing matches on 205 Live, and they've really sort of got behind him. The match in itself, I think that they could have given Waller a little bit more, and same with Drake Maverick in this match. Mm-hmm. In saying that, I wouldn't call it a squash match. No. And I definitely wouldn't call Drake Maverick or Grayson Waller enhancement talents, because they're definitely not. I think they're going somewhere with this story with Maverick and Grayson Waller, and what we're seeing here is the seeds being planted. My issue is I think that they could have given Waller and Maverick a little bit more in the match to have them looking a little bit more credible. Mm-hmm. Having, Waller, in my opinion, I think having Waller, slap the back and tag himself in a little bit later in the match, make them look like a kind of a credible threat, and then seeing okay, this overconfident guy is just trying to get himself in there and get himself the victory or whatever the story that they're trying to sell. I just think that was a little bit rushed. But depending on timeframes, man, who knows how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, they looked they were getting their shots in. It really did. And I mean, I like the setup before the match. They had Waller and Drake talking, and Waller was just going off talking about saying like, "Oh, they're only upset because they got to carry Walter's luggage and everything like that." I was like, "All right, that's pretty good. All right, that's nice." And then you had Drake being like level-headed, which I was not prepared for, but Drake's just like, "No, I've dealt with these guys before. You can't do this kind of thing." And I'm like, "All right, okay, you got me into the match. All right, let's see what happens here."
So Smack Daddy in the chat said he got himself super noticed after being on Survivor. He definitely did, man. Like he was one. He was on Survivor. Grayson Waller, Matty Wahlberg, and one of the things that here in Australia he was on Survivor, and it was actually funny because one of the people turned around and said about him was, "Wow, this guy is an actual idiot." And then his intro theme here in Australia had him like his photo on like I think it was like an American currency note, and underneath his like picture was actual idiot. So he's a guy that knows how to promote himself. He looks $1,000,000. He looks the part. He can definitely talk on the microphone, and he definitely knows how to get himself noticed. So I think since he's made his debut in WWE, he's just absolutely, like I said, he's done stuff very, very quickly. He's been successful there very, very quickly. On 205 Live, he's had some good showings, gone over quite a few times. I'm interested to see where this story is going to take him.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they decide to stay a team and everything, hopefully it would actually be kind of cool to see how it goes and everything. But yeah, like it was, like you said, it wasn't a squash match at all, but they definitely got the shots in. Imperium actually ended up winning, which I kind of figured was going to happen.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, they're but you look at it if it's a shoot fight, right? You've got someone who's more experienced, been around, under, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously you're not going to see tag team shoot fighting, but Imperium should have won that match when you look at it for how it is. They're a credible team. These are two guys that are teaming together for the first time. And like I said, they're building something with that story there, dude. Like they're not just like, I don't like, I really hope they're not going to sit there and go, okay, this is the last we've seen of them and just going, what the fuck? Crazy. Like that's the sort of shit that we have seen in WWE and in NXT in the past. I just hope that they do something with it because I think that they have planted the seeds for something potential there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But there's so much talent in Australia that needs to be on that international platform, and that's what we're seeing. Like NXT saw 3 Australian talents, featured on a 90-minute episode of NXT television. Regardless of how big or small the spots were, that's a big fucking deal. Considering how many people they've got under contract in NXT, you have to sit there and go, hey, the world is starting to notice the Australian talent and it's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
But next, what do we have? Index.
Index. I love Index.
I you know what, dude? Like I find it, I find it the whole Index concept and how that thing is looking is really cool. I really fucking enjoy it.
Here's the thing. Me and Piers don't mark out that much, but we mark out for fucking Index pretty good. We love Index.
I wouldn't say that I mark out for it.
Oh, you don't mark out, but you grin ear from ear every time we talk about it.
Dude, it's like the contrast in characters. The only thing that I see for it, and one thing that leaves me questioning is where do they go after this wears off? You know what I mean? Like the romance story is only going to go so long. They're either going to fade it out, or there's got to be something there. Like, you look at Dexter Lumis as this psychotic fucking crazy person, which really that character started in TNA, years ago.
Right.
And now you're sort of seeing him do it now, and it's kind of going into more of that sort of comedy act. Like I kind of get like, have you ever seen the movie Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah.
I kind of get that sort of feeling from him. You know what I mean? Like that sort of, I don't know. Like you're starting to see him being like just more of like an awkward, vulnerable person than being like a fucking psycho.
Okay. Now that you said that, I see a lot. I see a lot of comparisons to Edward Scissorhands and Dexter now.
But like, don't take the fucking gimmick fucking scissors as like anything what I'm saying here, but you
I
take
know.
the presence is what I meant.
No, I wasn't expecting him to cut off his hands and wrestle with fucking Scissors Pierce. I wasn't thinking that at all.
Could you imagine the fucking chops?
Oh, God. No, Piers. That's such a dad joke. Stop it.
That'd be like, but dude, that would be fucking crazy. Could you
It
imagine
would
the fuck?
be.
That'd be like a Nick Gage match, bro.
We said no blading. Like, I can't fucking help it. Shut up. I can't.
Yeah, dude, letting Jonah go was a massive fucking mistake.
Yeah, it was.
You know, and you know, I want to get into Jonah in a little bit near the end of it, though. But you know, I just think that we need to look at where is it going to go from here. What are they going to really project after that? But I think the Gargano thing as well, like you're seeing him getting that, you know, almost like he's turning babyface. You know what I mean? Like, and they've done it in an organic way, which is something that we don't necessarily always see, like an organic turn like that. But I enjoyed it. What were your thoughts on Index?
Dude, I love Index. Like, I know when you said it's always got to end, and I'm like, fuck, you're right, it's gonna end. I don't want it to end, but I totally get it. I mean, it's pretty damn good though. It's probably the best stuff that NXT's come up with in a while, I have to say.
I honestly think they should hold the wedding off for another, like the wedding angle off for another month, just so they can get more out of it. And like you have Johnny Gargano in there, who, you know, I think as far as like a personality, we're starting to see more from him on that, and that to me is like, I think that there's a lot more into it. And we'll get into the match next, but we did see the Dolan and Jane jumping Saray after the match. Again, building up for a more of a storyline. I think that that's probably going to benefit more of Saray, you know, being the sort of you know, the baby face in that situation, going up against the fucking, you know, Mandy Rose. You know, because on commentary in that match, they were really saying that Mandy is like the veteran of fucking WWE, when in reality, how long has she really been in NXT on the main roster? It's not, you know, I wouldn't call her a fucking grizzled veteran of in pro wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the way they're putting over.
And grizzled with how much makeup she wears doesn't go together. What the hell is that about? A grizzled veteran. You think grizzled, you think like, I don't know, someone who looks grizzly, not someone who just took a bath in powder and fucking lipstick.
But again, it's been a complete change. She was just a baby face with Otis not too long ago, and now like we hadn't seen her, and now she comes back and she's a bad bitch. Like, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Again, to me, that doesn't make much sense. No. But you know, WWE doesn't make much sense a lot of the time when watching it.
Yep, like I say, WWE's going to WWE.
Yeah. So what did you have next after that?
It was the Gargano night match.
Thoughts?
Pretty good match. Match.
I agree.
It was nice. Like, it could have been a mid-card takeover match. It honestly could have been.
It could. I definitely think it could have been, mate. To be honest with you, I can't disagree.
Like, now the beginning, I popped because of the entrance. Gargano was doing his whole thing on the entrance, just like, had his arms out like this. And then the camera pans over and you see Dexter trying to interlock his hand with Gargano. And Gargano's like, no, that's my hand. And I'm like, oh, that was beautiful.
But again, that's what you were sort of saying. Like, Dexter Lumis is this like little fucking puppy dog that is just like, I just want to get over with Gargano.
Right. Which, okay, I can see it because of Indy being like, come on, guys, get along, you know. But popped for that. I thought it was funny.
Look, there's no doubt. But, you know, I thought it was a pretty solid match.
Oh, yeah.
What notes I have here? Like I said, Gargano face turn kind of just happened, didn't it? Really? Like, we just sort of seen him just next minute, he's a baby face, and we're like, okay, let's roll with that.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I like Gargano babyface. I don't know why. Like he's okay as a heel, but he's more believable as a face, I think. Like
Really? Well, he's kind of like the underdog, and
yeah, he is.
but I kind of liked his heel work, man. To be honest, like his most recent heel work with the way and stuff like that. To me, I turn around was like, I enjoyed that. That was probably the most I'd enjoyed seeing Gargano's work. Like the rest of the stuff, like when Ciampa turned heel on him and did all that, like, you know, even when he had the NXT title, you know, I was kind of like, okay,
right,
like you're a good worker.
yeah.
But, you know, being a good in-ring performer is only going to get you so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the way incorporating, you know, Candice LeRae, you know, Indy Hartwell, and then, you know, obviously Austin Theory, and now bringing in Dexter Lumis, you're seeing a different range of character for him. And I think that this is only going to benefit Gargano in the eyes of the higher ups as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, he's working with other characters that bring certain elements out of him. And I think that will look good to the higher ups a little bit. But I don't know. I liked him as a heel, but I go for the baby face though. That's just me though.
But you know, like one thing, like you know, you saw Dexter Lumis get in the face of LA Knight, the super kick, and then like the hand thing like that. And he's reaching out,
yeah,
and then Gargano's fucking reaching out to it, and then he gets clobbered, and then 1, 2, 3, Gargano gets fucking LA Knight gets the pinfall over Gargano, and then Gargano's fucking pissed and.
Yeah. And then,
okay, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It's gonna be this massive storyline that I can see them probably dragging it out for another month or two.
Oh yeah.
Any more than that is probably going to be a little bit overkill.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, it sucked because I wanted Gargano to win, of course, but Dexter kind of looking like a whipped puppy dog after Gargano's just yelling at him. I'm like, oh, Dexter, don't do that. Don't look like that. Like, if anything, just look more intimidating. Don't look like a whipped puppy dog.
Oh, look, it is what it is, man. You know. Then what do we have? MSK going to see Regal, asking for Birch and Lorcan, and
yeah, doing the honorable thing and giving the tag team shots to the guys that didn't even get to lose them.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Which good for them, but
it was in look overall like. You know, MSK are good in the ring. They're good talents.
Yeah.
You know, the Birchlet versus Lorcan thing. You know, but again, WWE and even NXT, they don't make tag titles mean anything that special, bro.
It's true.
So, like, you know, I'd like to see like a good, solid tag team match, you know, between the two to make it old school, make it mean something. You know, whoever wins, whoever loses, like build a feud between these two teams. Make the those tag belts mean something.
Right. Like I said a while back, I'd rather watch an NXT tag match than a WWE one because I feel I don't give a fuck. Leave me out to dry by myself saying I'm mark out for Index. Fuck you. No, but it's serious. I'd rather watch an NXT tag match than a WWE one because it's a little bit more, I don't know, better, I would say, than a WWE match.
A little bit more better.
A little bit more better.
Hairy Muff.
Harry.
Fair enough. So we're going to see Mei Ying compete next week.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I've actually been wanting to know if she just sits there on her throne or can she actually wrestle.
I mean, she can definitely wrestle. Otherwise, they wouldn't have her there, Glenn.
I know that.
Wrestling company, bro.
Listen, all right? You don't see every manager go up in the ring like Robert Stone.
He's a wrestler, though.
I know he's a wrestler. Smart
Woo.
ass.
Well, there you go.
Does that I was about to say,
yeah.
does that mean like a ring announcer can get up there and freaking wrestle in? I would like to see that, Piers.
Not this ring announcer. So then we saw Jessie Kamei versus Raquel Gonzalez, which we knew how that was going to go play out. Let's be honest, like that was not going to be anything to write home about. Again, you know, like we see the standoff with the match. You know, with what's her name, Frankie Monet. That's definitely seems like a reasonable challenge, which is going to be probably a solid challenge. You know, for Gonzalez. Could we see, you know, Frankie Monet be the one going over in that? Possibly. But, you know, the match with Kamei, it looked fucking awkward, to be honest. Like, I watched that match. Even, like, you know, the match was nothing special, to be honest. You know, and it looked like Gonzalez was just carrying that match. Kamei just doesn't look like she's a confident worker. There were certain spots in the match, even the last spot in the match, that slam, she looked like she didn't land flush, like she landed awkwardly as well. Like, to me, it just doesn't look like she's someone who's very confident in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, the announcers were just like, "Oh, she's doing an amazing job since she's been under Frankie Monet." I'm like, this is a sloppy match, guys. Like,
yeah, but the fucking commentators aren't going to say, "Hey, man, look at this bullshit."
Well, true.
You know what I mean? Like, no commentator is going to sit there and go, "What a load of shit this fucking match is, guys. Just change the fucking guys."
Could you?
I bet you wish AEW was still on the same fucking night.
Could you imagine like having that kind of match and just having somebody like you or maybe Angel in the commentator seat trying to put this over as much as possible? And
I'd rather see Angel do it, man.
I'd be like Angel try and put it over, but then he'd be like, "Fuck this! I'm going into business for myself." I'm like, "Okay, you do it. You go for it. Be better TV than what I just saw."
No, dude, Angel's a worker, bro. He'd be able to spin it and make it thing, bro. Like he's not an idiot, bro. If he's there to be paid to be no, I'm not saying you said that, but I'm saying
I was about to say
if he's paid to be a commentator, bro, yeah, he'll put over what he's paid to put over, and that's anyone in that position, bro. Anyone who works in the business, you know, you're never going to see if a commentator sits there and starts shitting on a match and starts shitting on it, going, "Wow, what a fucking clusterfuck this is." They're not going to be commentating for a promotion much longer, no matter what the promotion.
Hell no. But
unless it's Vince McMahon sitting there, he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah, and then the commentator just like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And they'd be like, "Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. My bad. Sorry, Vince. Shit. Go to commercial.
Yeah. What do we have next after that? Amber Moon backstage interview, throwing down challenge for KLR. Is she turning heel?
I don't know. At the beginning, it sounded like she was going to turn heel because, like, she's like, "Oh, it's my birthday. Say happy birthday to me." And I'm like, God, what a bitch. Like, I wouldn't fucking do that. But it seemed like she was going towards it like a heel, like a heelish kind of like angle to it. Like, aren't you supposed to be like a good guy? Like, what's going on here? Well, she's not with Shotzi anymore, I don't think.
So yeah, I don't know what
So I think Ember is probably in limbo trying to do something.
I mean, she kind of had a fall from grace. Like, you know, a while ago, she was the NXT Women's Champion. She got moved up to the main roster. They didn't really know what to do with her, really. Like, I even heard rumor at one stage that she was on the chopping block, or she got chopped, but she didn't get chopped, or released. Sorry, not chopped. But,
it is what it is.
But you know what I mean? Like, now, it just kind of sees her floundering. Like, in this feud with Kylie Rae, there's no way that Kylie's going to put her over.
No.
I'm not saying that she wouldn't put her over, but I'm saying, like, you know, you've just brought this girl over from the UK. You're billing her as the baddest thing in women's wrestling. Again, we could again we could see a fucking high spot WWE. Nah, we're gonna fucking hold you down just a little bit, and we're gonna see we're gonna see Ember Moon take the victory. Regardless, like I think that she's gonna do the favors for Kaylee Ray.
Probably, yeah. That's what I see. But I don't know. It was just like a weird little promo. Like, oh, it's my birthday. Say happy birthday, and I'm like, okay. And then it just felt really heelish. Like I said, she's probably in limbo trying to figure things out. Do I see her going over with Kaylee? Hell no, I don't see that, because why would you do that? But then again, NXT has done, WWE has done weirder things, like, take out Boa with like with last week, Boa losing against the one guy. But hey, to each his own. It's whatever. And did you catch Wade Barrett talking about not Boa, but the guy that beat Boa?
Yes, yeah.
Did you
again? Daniel Vidot. I can't remember his actual work.
Yeah, in ring.
Yeah.
Oh Christ! But anyway, they're trying to bill him like this guy that. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, okay.
You're like, ooh.
That doesn't sound like a Goldberg thing, but okay, all right, I gotcha.
What do you mean in Gold? Oh yeah, well it did, really, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I was like, what? Like Goldberg wouldn't have ran from a fucking woman, okay? Like. He would just walk past her. He wouldn't just jump the railing. But whatever.
Yeah, but dude, like if you're looking at someone like Mei Ying with all the that gothic get up, bro, I'd fucking run.
Well, actually, in all fairness, Goldberg would actually jump over the railing, then tweak his knee and hobble off.
And try and punch out a fucking window.
It's plexiglass. You can't do it. Why? You're next. Why doesn't this break like a WCW?
Then we saw, the Diamond Mine come out with Roderick Strong, where his open challenge, and his match against Jiro. Bro, I don't get Jiro. Like, what the fuck? Like, the guy wears like, wrestling trunks and a fucking suit jacket, like that are bright. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get his character.
I'm with you there, but at the beginning of the match, I had to laugh. It's because Jiro, this stupid idiot, opens up his jacket. He's like, oh, and then Strong chops the fuck out of him. Like, what? Why would you just do that? Why? Just invite the man to hit you. I'm like, it just made me laugh. I was like, I can't take him seriously. I won't be able to.
But why not? Why the fuck not? Like, the thing is, like, I thought it was a pretty solid match. As I said, Jiro punching with his hand in the jacket pocket, I thought that was just fucking stupid and goofy. Because, it takes away the believability, and that sort of thing. And you have to be able to escape reality with wrestling. But seeing that,
yeah,
I just don't get the character.
I don't either, but it is what it is. I really don't. I can't. I don't get it either, because I've seen him a couple times, not really fully wrestle. It's always been like on somebody else's highlight reel, and I was like, yeah, dude, I can't. No, I just can't with you. Not especially after the open the jacket and scream and then get chopped. Nope. Like, I'm like, Roddy, do it harder. And then he did. He did it harder. I was like, hell yeah.
We saw Roddy Strong go over, which there was no surprise there leading up, that he's going in for the cruiserweight, thing against Kushida.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to say this. After the match, him mouthing off, he needs to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the manager there. His whole thing, like we've seen him, he's been silent, he's been quiet. Then he opens his fucking mouth. I'm the fucking real fucking champion. I'm this champ.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up. You would have made a bigger statement, beating the fuck out of your opponent, than standing there, look that intensity, because you're seeing a different side of Roderick Strong. From what we're seeing of him, I like what we've seen with Roderick Strong here. However, shut the fuck up after the match. Let your mouthpiece be the one to be like the one promoting and giving that sort of feel to it. That he's not gaining anything by doing that after the match for me anyway. Like I was just like, why?
I mean, during the match, he was also like doing some talking too, and it's like, just beat the fuck out of him, dude. Like, don't talk. Simple as that. Because I'm with you. I'm love seeing what Strong's doing in the ring. Like, just be quiet. Shut up.
A natural athlete. Like he looks $1 million. He goes $1 million, and I actually think he looks like he's lost a bit of size from when he was in Undisputed Era. He looks he's got that sort of thing where it's like, okay, and I think he had to in order to really be taken as a cruiserweight as well. Like I think he needed to lose a bit of size there. I don't say the size, but maybe a little bit of mass. He looks like he's gotten a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
but again, I think he looks better than he did before.
He looks a little bit leaner. So to speak. Not because I noticed it too. I was like, damn, dude, like not only are you getting gray, but you're fucking losing weight on us. Like, what the hell? Like I know cruiserweight's nothing to fuck with because you gotta hit the weight, but damn.
You realize in pro wrestling they don't have to make weight, right?
What? No.
Shock
what?
Horror, bro.
Shock horror. God.
Shock fucking horror, baby.
Blow my mind early, Piers. What the hell? Why you gotta do this to me? Every time we get on here, you blow my mind. But did you see the excitement in my eyes? That's okay.
Then afterwards, what do we have? Stark and Shirai and Catazano and Carter.
Nope.
Really? You
No.
didn't enjoy that?
I didn't. Like, I don't know. Stark is trying so hard with Shirai. And I get the whole dynamic with that. I get it. That's cool. I like it. But the other team, though, like
Catazano and
Catazano and
Cadence Carter.
Yeah, I'm just like, no. Like,
I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, after when we had that talk last week, I'm like, shit, Pierce is right.
I just can't take him seriously. Like last week, they're jumping all over the fucking thing. Hey, we're gonna be there. We should be the number one contenders. We're a team. We're BFFs. We do TikToks together. Yeah, we're BFFs. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no. And even then, they're like, oh yeah, we're best friend. This is my best friend. It's get fucking real. Like get fucking real, dude. Like, look, they're very athletic. They're both very, very skilled athletes. I'm not taking anything about that. Stop the fucking goofy shit. And I said, no fault of the talent. Seriously, write them better. Creative needs to give them something better. Don't make them look like two goofy teenage girls that are BFFs. You know what I mean? Like make them look like a credible team. You know, they're already probably on the smaller end scale size wise to most of the women in NXT.
Oh yeah.
Give them some. Don't make them like this goofy thing. Because now, if they go over and they win the tag titles, how can you take those belts seriously? How can you look at the championships seriously? You know, like when you've got Zoe Stark, who is a fucking world beater. And then you've got Io Shirai, who is, again, you know, you'd probably put her in that same boat. But, you know, the whole, odd couple tag team thing, it's been done to fucking death. You know what I mean? Like, is Io a baby face? Is she a heel? Is, Stark just looks fucking, weak trying to suck up to Io Shirai.
Like, I mean, especially towards the end, she was trying to fist bump her and Shirai wasn't even there. And I'm like, just don't.
I'd like to see Stark fucking cost them the fucking tag team titles and just try out.
Oh, dude, that'd be nobody would see that coming. I would love that actually.
But you know what? And then you could make Stark a top level fucking. You know what I mean? You could build her up as a heel. You know,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be a good way to swing it.
Yeah, that'd be good. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Carter and Katie, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, maybe maybe they get serious before the match and just bring out a whole different level, especially since it's a tag team championship match. Watch Piers look at me like, shut the fuck up, Glenn.
No, I'm not saying shut the fuck up, Glenn, but I'm just saying like that to switch him up from being like goofy to like
go in serious. Like, okay, this is a good way. Why go Doink the Clown to fucking Lance Storm? Like, why would you do it?
Well, if I can be serious for a moment.
Could you imagine Lance Storm as Doink the Clown? That'd be fucking hysterical. Book it. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go, brother.
Like, do it.
Get it done, son. Then we saw, what was it? Did I miss something there?
Trying to think.
Stark Shirai. Hang on. I thought we had a Samoa Joe in there.
Yeah, we did. We had a Samoa Joe interview.
Was that before? Where did I miss that?
It was before I think it was before the main event.
No. That was
it?
after the Amber Moon thing. Yeah, Samoa Joe promo. Solid, man. I mean, solid type of interview from Joe. Joe's a world-class performer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he knows what he's doing in that situation. I think he's just going to, I think, like I said, he's either going to be a transitional champion and drop the belt in the next month, or he's going to be the guy who's going to be the standard bearer, for the organization and have him being a long-term champion. And, for that belt, why not have him as being a long-term champion as well?
Oh, yeah. I could see him be a long-term champion. Now I actually watched the whole NXT episode. So, but no, it was a nice interview. Barrett, I love Barrett doing interviews like that. Sure as hell didn't fucking interrupt him. but it was a nice little interview. Joe talking about legacy and helping out, picking out new superstars for WWE NXT, like making sacrifices. It was a nice promo. Like, Joe never gives a bad promo. He never does.
Doesn't have a bad match for, what I mean? I can't.
No, you go and you try and find a bad Samoa Joe match. I dare you. I fucking dare you. You're gonna cut him up missing.
You're probably not gonna find one, dude. But we saw Grimes backstage doing his thing, and then he gets interrupted by the grizzled young vets.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
What? You've just had this guy do the $1 million thing, then you have like a tag team come out, give him a replica belt, he throws it at the feet. It looks like they're going to build something there, but who are you going to partner with Grimes to have him in a tag team?
I don't know.
Who is there for him to partner with? Because that's when I see something like that, when I see a tag team or it wasn't a singles person come up and step up to Grimes, again, like, it just seemed like that spot was just, fuck, we need to find something for Grimes. We need to find something for these two fucking guys. Let's throw them together.
Right. I don't know. I couldn't pick one guy off the bat. LA Knight, nah. Why go back? But I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe they were just trying to be like the asshole heels that they were. And Grimes was like, oh, okay, drops the belt. I'm like, okay, but like, I can't pick one person to be Grimes' partner. Like, I can't. So it's probably one-off, said and done.
Throwing the bullshit out, to be
Pretty
honest.
much.
Just throwing out to see what fucking sticks, dude.
Yeah, which, I mean, sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but it's just a fucking waste.
I know.
It's just like, why even have it to fucking begin with? Ciampa versus Ridge Holland.
This was actually a good match.
Yeah, I mean, Ciampa has a pretty solid match, dude. It's an enjoyable match with Ciampa. Ridge is a big motherfucker, powerful guy. They got to show off a bit of his strength. Again, very boxy how he moves. like just
Yeah.
very like slow. I'd like to see him sort of loosen up a bit more. Like it just seems like he's too frozen almost when he's moving, like very robotic.
Or maybe he's kind of like, maybe he's afraid to move around too much since he was injured. Possibly. Like, maybe he's like, oh, shit, if I do something wrong, tweak something wrong way, I might get re-injured. Like, it could be something to correlate with why he moves the way he moves now. Unless he moved like that before he got injured, then fuck my opinion. But it's like, maybe it's in his head, like, shit, I moved the wrong way, I might get hurt again. I might as well just become a brute and move a certain way.
Possibly. I mean, I can't really disagree with you too much there. Like it, that could be a possibility. To be honest, I haven't really seen a great deal much of his work, to be honest.
Yeah, me
from
either.
From what I have seen, it like there's been nothing that really overly excites me about it.
Right. I mean, it's probably why he's moving that way. But I mean, the more he gets comfortable, and hopefully, NXT has the coaches in the performance center to help him out and move around more and all that. They'll probably give him confidence in the ring. Hopefully he'll move a lot better. Who knows? But this was a hard-hitting match. And not just by Ridge, but Tommaso. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, he put in some hard hits on Holland. And even busted...
Tommaso always does, though, right?
Oh, yeah. He does. But busted Holland open on the mouth. Had to be from one of the many knees that he was giving him. Good Christ. And it was a good match. Nice taunting of Ciampa going to Pete Dunne, doing his whole little thing and shit, spiel. And they were just like, God, I want to beat the shit out of him. And then Tommaso just playing to the crowd. It was a good match. It was damn good.
Tommaso gets the win. Then we see the rest of the Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch and Pete Dunne jump in. MSK come out, make the save to build up for the match next week with those two.
Yeah.
Again, man, like you know what I mean. Like to me, it's just a rushed thing. You know what I mean? Like it's a rushed feud. I would have rather seen the heel, like have MSK wrestle on that show last night, and then have the guys come out and fucking jump and then go for it from there. You know what I mean? Like that to me would have given me a little bit more sense of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like to build it, like, because I just feel like they're rushing this where they could really build it and have it on a takeover event, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, they could have, I would have loved to seen that. I mean, I would have wanted a good build to a championship match, but at the same time, it's WWE. There really isn't really that good of a build up for a championship anymore. Like, I don't know. Like they want to rush things. I don't know why, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, but that was the NXT roundup for the week, man. That was, nice little show. Better than the week before. I think that, there's a few seeds planted there for a few performers. So I think that there's going to be a little bit more room for some of these guys to really sort of make their way and make them sort of seen. And I think building some storylines there as well. So I think there's going to be some possibility for a bit more moving forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely can't wait to see next week, see what they got going. But yeah, not a bad NXT. I was going in, I go in watching NXT with an open mind. And then first few minutes, I'll be like, okay, kind of, it's hit and miss. It's actually pretty good. This one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Some of the matches were pretty good. Only one that really stuck a thorn in my side was Gonzalez and Jesse. I don't know why I'm messing up the name because I know you usually mess up the name.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I've got really nothing else to say about that NXT. It was pretty good.
Carmela Latte, thank you very much for that. Yeah, dude, look, it's time for us to bring it home. What do you got planned for today, Glenny boy?
Not much. Do videos, do stuff around the house, laundry stuff, manly things.
That's it. Get some promotional videos out, get some micro content out.
Damn right. That's
That's
how we do it
exactly
here.
That's how we do it here at the MWA Podcast Network. We operate 24/7. We always got people doing stuff around the clock, around the world. That's what makes us, so unique and having such a great community. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are watching us on Twitch, that's twitch.tv/MWA World. Do us a favor, become a subscriber. Feel free to cheer, all that good stuff. Resubscribe, helps us out, helps us grow. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if all podcast platforms as well, you can check a lot of shows out. We've got over 300 plus podcasts on the MWA podcast platforms. You can find us on MWA Podcast Network on all of your podcast platforms. So make sure you tune in for that. Huge thanks to sleeves.com, your one-stop shop for all your athletic wear. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount, baby. And also make sure you hit up healthvape.com, that healthy vaping alternative. Use promo code MWAPOD for a 10% discount on your final purchase. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out all the amazing shows that we've got coming up on the MWA Podcast Network. You know that we never disappoint. We always deliver. And guys, while we're at it, thanks for tuning in. Glenn Sexton, you sexy motherfucker. I'm going to see you next week, baby, for another episode of NXT Roundup.